This time in Goss's Garage, we want to talk a little bit about one of the things that can be a real problem for you, and that's a spare tire. Think back a few years and all cars had spare tires. Well, you come forward and then the spare tires went from full size to mini spares and so on, temporary spares and things like that. Now today, a lot of cars don't have spares at all. And even if they do, it may not be in your best interest to try to change a tire because, well, you're off to the side of the road, you've got a flimsy jack that was made to, be lightweight, so we don't add weight to the vehicle because weight affects fuel economy and all this stuff. So what you may want to consider, if you don't have a spare, well, you automatically have something like what we see here. This is a kit with a sealant and a pump. Well, you can now buy these aftermarket for a small amount of money. This one set us back, I guess, about $30. Well, the thing is that you have to be careful about all of these different chemicals that you can now use to fix a flat tire. Now, what am I talking about here? Well, these are all aerosols. And aerosol cans, if you read the fine print, one of the things that it says is not to store above 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, stop and think about it. You know, when you start hearing all of these exposés about people leaving kids and pets in the car and how hot it can get inside the car, 160 degrees, 180 degrees, and so on. Well, it's that hot or hotter in the trunk of your car, especially if you have a dark-colored car. So these may not be the best idea. Here again, we're back to one of these pumps because they have the ability to inject a non-aerosol type of sealant into the flat tire to help seal it. So that's a good way to go. And of course, you can buy replacement containers of the sealant to go with it if you use it once and then you've used up all of the sealant that came with the kit. But the big thing is that you have to read and follow label directions. Now, when you stop and think about what goes on here, now these sealants will work for pinholes. Now, pinhole is a small nail or something like that, some bit of metal that you picked up on the road. It does not include, and these will not work on cuts and slices and different things that are big openings in the tire. As a matter of fact, there isn't much of anything that will safely seal a cut in a tire. Now, granted, you can make it hold air, but would it be safe out on the highway for a long trip with high temperatures and heavy load, the family in the car and so on? No, it wouldn't be. And that's why there are guidelines as to what can be repaired on a tire. Like anything on the sidewall of the tire, that isn't supposed to be repaired because the tire would no longer be safe. So what you ought to do is you ought to look at the charts that tell you where a tire can be repaired so that you know that you have a leak, it's on the side of the tire. You know that, yes, you can do something temporarily, but it's only to get you to a point where you can buy a replacement tire. You can't safely repair it for the long term. So, what am I getting at here? Well, what I would do is real simple. As a matter of fact, this kit, even though my car has a spare tire, this kit is going to go into my car because trying to work with the jack and so on out on the highway, no way. I'm not going to do that. Much too dangerous, much too easy for the jack to tip over and for there to be a problem. So this is going to go into my car. and that's what I'm going to use in an emergency. So read and follow the directions. A kit like this is great to have in any car, and I would highly recommend it. And if you have a question or comment, drop me a line right here at radio@goss-garage.com.